Every once in a while, a deal comes along. This deal can drastically change the market. On February 2nd, 2015, Staples purchased Power of Office Depot, forming one huge super titan in the market. We will be examining this deal through horizontal integration, financing corporations, and market structure. Horizontal integration is when a firm purchases power of another firm involved in producing the same good or service. There are many benefits of horizontal integration. These include economies of scale, economies of scope, and increased market power. Economies of scale is when a company increases its output. The cost of each additional output goes down. This is illustrated on the graph. As Staples increases its output, their cost per output will slowly go down. Economies of scale is also a very similar idea, as a company has a lower average total cost per output. This happens all the time as horizontal integration becomes more and more popular. The final advantage of horizontal integration is increased market power, as Staples will increase the amount of output and they have less competitors now. Horizontal integration proves that they have more power in choosing the price that they want and how many goods they want to provide at that price. The deal that took place on February 2nd cost almost $6.3 billion. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can Staples pay so much money? Where did they get all this money from? Well, the idea is that Staples issue shares and bonds, which are securities. Now, shares and bonds are how a corporation finances all of their operating activities. A share is a form of ownership. To buy into a company, there are two types of shares. The first share is a common share. Common share is usually for people who spend less money and still get ownership into a company. Common shares have some voting rights and are not guaranteed a dividend. On the other hand, the preferred share is when dividends are guaranteed at the end of each accounting period. Preferred shares also have more voting rights, as they get 3 votes per share, compared to common shareholders who only get 1 vote per share. But preferred shares are also a bit more expensive. Now you may be asking yourself how I know which share is more expensive. Is it Staples share or Office Depot share? Well, each share is traded on a market. Now these markets go all around the world. There's a stock market in Hong Kong, there's a stock market in New York, there's a stock market in Toronto, there's a stock market in Australia. There are stock markets everywhere. Now these stock markets are a place where companies buy and sell shares. The price of a share is usually determined by the demand. Now there are 5 determinants that affect the demand of a particular share. The first determinant is population. An increase in population can definitely change how much people want to buy a particular share. The second determinant is income. As incomes increase or decrease, the demand for a share may go up or down. The third determinant is a change in the price of a substitute or complement share. Now, if Apple share is lower than Google share, some people may decide to buy Apple share instead of Google share, which would decrease the demand of Google share. The final 2 determinants of the demand are a change in taste and preferences and a change in expectations, which were both evident in this deal with Staples and Office Depot. A change in expectations was that people believed that since Staples is now in control of Office Depot, they can expect multiple changes to occur and sales will go through the roof. And also, taste and preferences is evident. A deal of this nature can definitely shake up the entire landscape of a market. However, is this deal big enough to change the entire market of the office supplies and printing services? Can it go from an oligopoly to a monopoly? An oligopoly is when few firms dominate the market. They have very large control and the say of the price and how many goods they want to provide at that price. The only thing different about an oligopoly and a monopoly is that in a monopoly, there's only one firm, and there is absolutely no competition. After the major business deal that took place on February 2nd, 2015, Staples would have over 75% of the market share of the office supplies and printing services industry. However, it is still debatable whether or not they're a monopoly. The debate continues that as such strong competition from Amazon and other online sources like eBay continue to grow, how can Staples become a monopoly? Because anybody can sell office supplies. But others argue that Staples has over 75% of the market share, and they have so much control over price that the demand for their product is fairly inelastic. We examined the deal that went through on February 2nd, 2015 in 3 different ways: horizontal integration, financing corporations, and the change in the market structure. At the end of the day, it is fair to say that some will pray that Staples succeeds while others don't, but only time can tell what will happen in the future.